Okay. I'm here with someone who's no stranger to the camera, but and this is also my state representative, Carlton Wing. As you can see his name there. I'm going to ask him just a few quick questions about what happened today. So Carlton, if you could tell me who you are and what brings you here, as I always ask before.
State Representative Carlton Wing, represent the good folks in North Little Rock and Sherwood.
Great. And what were your thoughts on the hearing today regarding refugee resettlements?
It was good. It was informative. It was good for the governor to come and speak to us because there were a lot of folks in the House and the Senate that had some very legitimate questions about what took place, what was the thought process behind it, and really it's an opportunity to get the facts separated from a lot of the emotions of the case.
Let's see. Now, he waved a study around. I know that the canopy study they showed was rejected by the Trump administration. That's on their website. Do you know if that's the same study that's from Canopy, or is that something else? Do you know?
That I don't know yet. I'll have to take a look at that myself.
Okay. We were informed about it. Now, I wasn't informed about this until Eve, before Christmas Eve, via social media. Was that the case with you and other legislators?
That was the case with me as well. I think it was the 23rd. I think it was when we all found out about it. We were all kind of getting ready for Christmas. And so I think that was one of the things. I think if the governor's office had a chance to do this over again, they'd kind of reach out a little bit more. While it is, and we have to be very mindful of the separation of powers, he doesn't have to do anything with regard to the legislature. This is purely an executive branch decision. But we all need to work together. You've heard me, Kenny, many times say, we got to work together on this. And so it helps because what happens is then people start raising questions within our districts and they want to know, what do we know about it? And if we don't know anything about it, then it creates just kind of an environment of mistrust or concern. And so that was one of the key issues, was just the communication of it. Once we started to get the answers, we started to feel a little bit more comfortable with it, but we needed to get to that point first. And when you start off from a kind of an unbalanced position, wondering what's going on, that's when you get the questions you get.
And we've seen failures in these refugee resettlements before. Dearborn, Michigan, Europe, of course. A lot of people are also uneasy about this. If the state legislature does decide to oppose this, can they defund their Office of Refugee Resettlement? What else could they do if they decide they don't want to go through with this? Really, there's not much that the legislature can do except for raise awareness for any concerns that we might have. And one of the good points that was brought out is if there's any community that has a problem with this, those communities can say no, and they're automatically opted out. Any city, any county can say, we don't want to be a part of this. But one of the things to make sure that we are aware of, when you mention other refugee issues that we've had, such as what happened, I believe it was about 3 or 4 years ago in Europe, when basically Syria just opened the doors and they went all over the place in there. These were young, able-bodied people that were just going into all of these countries in Europe, and those countries many times were very ill prepared for what took place. There is a vetting process that takes place with this, and the person who is leading that vetting is our own President Trump. And so that should give us a lot more concern, or a lot more benefit of the doubt with regards to that this is President Trump's wheelhouse issue, and he's not going to let that take place. This is a different group of refugees. I think that's the key point. Okay. A lot of the bureaucracy that is trying to impeach Trump is still in place. And I think a lot of people are going, well, if these are the same people that are impeaching Trump, they're also DHS and the FBI. A lot of people are still concerned that, there's going to be another tsnarev brother incident. If that happens, is there going to be a way to hold either a federal or state official accountable if another failure does happen?
As far as, if something bad happens, there's always going to be a level of accountability there. But President Trump has shown the type of leadership that he's the buck stops here kind of a guy. And if there's a problem, he's going to address it. He's going to fix it. But I think with this particular issue, if there's one issue, even if you don't like President Trump, you got to admit this is his wheelhouse issue.
And he is good at firing people. It's just can he do it before something bad happens? That's kind of the main thing. All right, well, Representative Wing, thank you so much for your time. I'm sure you're busy. I know there was another hearing going on, so I'll let you go.
All right, thank you.
So much.
You bet.
All right.